Here's our other focus. The only measure that the entire state voted on is Prop 1, and it would authorize more than $6 billion in general obligation bonds to build mental health facilities and to cover substance addiction treatment. So it is pretty much a dead heat right now. And it's interesting because Governor Newsom has really been a proponent for this, pushing this plan. It's part of his vision to fix homelessness in the state. It would provide billions of dollars for different things: supportive housing, veterans, and mental health jobs. And this is the interesting part I think a lot of people are conflicted about. It would impose new requirements on how counties report and spend money on mental health programs. It would also help to build more mental health facilities, and supporters of that think that that would help with the housing crisis. We know that a lot of businesses are facing a lot of issues with people who are experiencing homelessness. But some opponents say it's just too expensive and that it would take money away from other programs that really need it. And I think what's interesting is when this first started and the governor was talking about Prop 1, the polls showed that people were really for this. And now we see it's essentially tied, 50-50.
Yeah, this is way closer than I expected this to be.
Yeah.
And earlier, Gloria was breaking down where this had support in the state and where it didn't. And I find that fascinating.
Yes.
And it is very clear. The biggest cities in California overwhelmingly voted for Prop 1. San Francisco was something like 70% in favor of this. But then it's like, flip it if you go to, let's say, Redding.
Yes.
Or even if you go to, say, San Diego, which has traditionally been more Republican leaning, right?
Yeah.
So where there are where it's top of mind, homelessness,
Yes.
mental health care, where this has been an ongoing issue, it seems like voters have decided, I want this. And where it might just be seen as a city issue. If you live outside of the major cities of California, like, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
So super interesting to see how that broke down.
I know.
It does. Also, it's interesting because you would think, oh, it's for healthcare and for mental health and for veterans and people on the streets. I would assume that health departments and people who are in this business already would support it, but that is not necessarily the case because it would take power away from those who currently make decisions.
Yeah,
on the local level.
To the state level.
Right.
And I think some people are concerned about, what that might mean. There is a concern that it would be, focused on people who are having the most severe, mental issues that we often see, unfortunately, in our streets. Whereas some people think spending local money prevents people from even getting to that point. So there is, I think, just a different idea about the best way to tackle the problem itself and where to put the money to tackle the problem itself. So it's like, okay, you're taking the money away to, focus on people who are visibly in distress. What's happening to people who are maybe at earlier levels who are, what are we doing to prevent them from getting to that point?
Yeah, I think that when you look at like San Francisco, for example, who overwhelmingly supported this, and they also pass a lot of measures that are seen as more moderate and are seen as change-making, like, I don't like the way we're going, change it.
Yes.
That seems to be what is happening with voters who are supporting this. They want this to go in a different direction. So they're happy with the state to take control of otherwise local control.
Because they're like, this is what's been going on, and this is where we are.
Yeah. So we'll be watching that closely because I'm sure the governor is also,
I know.
wondering where this is going.